It's Friday, June 26th. Let's get into one of Korea's top economic stories today.
Sounds good.
So, we are looking at this massive flood of global tech cash just, crashing into a brick wall of local policy. Today's mission for you is decoding why this specific clash in Korea, from unprecedented AI semiconductor profits to dizzying real estate whiplash, acts as a crucial barometer for global markets.
Yeah, Korea is really uniquely positioned here. It operates simultaneously as the linchpin of global AI infrastructure and, well, as a highly volatile domestic market.
Right.
So the data emerging from Seoul today isn't just local news. It actually serves as a real-time stress test for the broader economy.
Let's start with the tech side, specifically the numbers. Micron just released their third quarter numbers, and revenue hit $41.46 billion. That is like a 350% jump year over year.
It's staggering, and that 350% leap firmly answers the market's biggest anxiety, which was, whether the massive capital spending on AI infrastructure would plateau.
Oh, wow. So it hasn't plateaued at all.
Not at all. High bandwidth memory, the specialized chips that actually allow AI servers to function, remains in critical demand.
Right.
And because Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix control the vast majority of the global supply for these chips, Micron's blowout quarter directly sets the baseline for the Korean giants.
Which brings us to what SK Hynix is actually doing with all that capital. In just the first half of this year, they bought 1.43 trillion won, which is about $1 billion in AA-rated card company bonds.
A massive amount of money.
Dropping $1 billion into local short-term credit card debt is like dropping a whale into a very small pond.
Yeah.
But if they are hoarding cash in safe short-term domestic bonds instead of, building new factories, doesn't that suggest they think the AI cycle is actually peaking and they're just playing it safe?
You'd think so, right? It looks defensive on the surface. But the underlying mechanics point to an accelerating structural trend.
Okay, how so?
Well, they are generating cash from this AI boom so rapidly that the profits are outpacing their physical ability to construct new fabrication plants.
Wait, really? They literally can't build them fast enough?
Exactly. They need a highly liquid, relative. The core issue there is systemic policy whiplash, specifically around a program called the Registered Rental Landlord System. Korea relies heavily on JANUS, right?
That's the lump sum deposit system, yeah.
Yeah, where tenants hand over a massive lump sum deposit instead of paying monthly rent. So to manage the housing supply and keep those deposits stable, the government offered tax incentives to landlords who formally registered their properties.
But that specific policy has been reversed 4 separate times across different administrations. It's like changing the rules of monopoly every time a player passes on.
That's exactly what it feels like.
If landlords are constantly having their tax incentives yanked away, they just panic sell or hike those lump sum deposits to cover their new costs, which drives prices up instead of down.
That is the exact mechanism driving the 196% increase. A 5-year single-term presidency means policies reset constantly. If local property owners can't trust the tax code for more than a few years, it highlights a much broader systemic risk. Global players and domestic giants alike face the same unstable foundation when trying to make any long-horizon commitments in Korea.
Connecting those two extremes really paints a vivid picture of the current market.
Micron's 350% surge is a blazing signal for anyone with #CoSPI or global chipmaker exposure. We are seeing a structural boom in semiconductor cash, completely contrasting with the systemic impossibility of Korean housing policy continuity. Ultimately, this massive deployment of tech capital confirms the current cycle is a structural trend, not a temporary signal.
That really brings the whole picture together.
It does. And I'll leave you with a final question to think about. As these tech giants hoard historic levels of cash, how will their unprecedented liquidity permanently rewire local financial markets?
That's today's AI Prism, Front Page Daily. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Juan Ifra award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.